Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg, and today, continuing our little trend of playing sort of social media mystery games or detective games or whatever you want to call them, we're gonna play Orwell. I was just looking around for detective type games, and this one was recommended on multiple sites. And the theme seems pretty cool. Basically, I guess you are working for some sort of big brother or company, and you get to spy on all sorts of people and their social medias and emails and stuff like that, and you get to make fun of them. Well, I mean, you get to do that. I don't know if that's part of the game, but we're going to do that. There's 2 seasons to Orwell. Titled something. So this is Orwell Keeping an Eye on You. And then there's also Orwell Ignorance is Strength, which is season 2. So let's just try out Keeping an Eye on You and see how it goes. I bought this game for like 50 cents on G2A, so it is what it is. You've been selected for the Orwell test phase. Please create a profile. Ooh, profile picture. Oh my god, they're all like there's a word for this in art, I'm sure. I don't know, let's be the boring Caucasian male named Mangg. Did you know you are one of... Holy shit. 1,110,532,822 accepted applicants. That's a lot of people. You may now enter your email address. Entering your email address allows us to inform you about updates in your Orwell. Oh my god. Skip. Be diligent. Your work has severe impact. Please agree to the following terms. I am aware that my actions may severely impact the lives of citizens of the nation. I will work thoroughly and judge objectively in the best of my belief. While working, I will adhere to the laws and jurisdiction of the nation. Yeah, of course. Okay. So there was a bombing, I guess. It seemed pretty mild as far as bombings go. Okay, so I guess we're gonna continue this trend of these weird, like, artistic looking faces. There's a site you can go to called thispersondoesnotexist.com, and it just provides you like an endless stream of people created through like, I don't know, some machine learning, or I don't even know, but it just like composites faces into an original person that doesn't actually exist. And I feel like that would be a perfect fit for a game like this that's meant to be sort of realistic, I guess, in the future, and has just a slew of different people you could just use, because, yeah, I mean, they don't exist. They don't exist. You don't have to worry about like them suing you. All right. You're online. Good. Call me Sims. I'll be your advisor on Orwell. Together we will form both the first and the last line of defense against terrorism. For this test phase, you are one of the first people to try out the Orwell system under real circumstances, selected from thousands of applicants from across the globe. Wouldn't you hire somebody from, like, within? Normally, congratulations would be in order, but as you can see from that footage, there has been an incident. So let's get started. I've activated the Reader tool for you. Its purpose is storing bookmarks to online websites and documents for easy access, and to highlight when there is new information to be investigated. First, I want you to be informed of the situation. Our leading newspaper, The National Beholder, will bring you up to speed. Okay, headlines. Feel free to browse The National Beholder. I've activated the profiler. Open the unknown person file once you're done. Alright, so we've got the leading newspaper of the nation. Fast, precise, honest. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. In Bonton. Not Boston. Bonton. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Authorities receive strange letter. It's April 13, 2017. Okay, so this is not the future. This is alternate timeline. At approximately 7:50 p.m. on Wednesday evening, an explosive device detonated at the Freedom Plaza in Bonton. According to official police reports, 3 people were killed and at least 5 bystanders were severely wounded. The Freedom Memorial was nearly completely destroyed. Police forces closed off the area immediately. Experts believe the attack was an act of terror, with police confirming that the explosive device was homemade and triggered from a short distance away using a cell phone signal. Police reports also confirmed that several hours earlier, an anonymous letter containing the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song Die Gedanken sind frei, the thoughts are free, had reached local authorities. Prime Minister Blaine immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault and put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. Well, okay, I guess I just assumed this was America, but maybe there is actually a Bonton somewhere else. I'm sorry. I just assume America if it's ever not stated. Okay. Unknown person. The profiler holds all known information on those we investigate. The file you have opened is for our main suspect. The blue-haired woman that the CCTV footage shows before the assault is no stranger to the police. Take a look at the arrest record. Oh yeah, we're gonna look at that. Where would I see... How? Where? What? Oh, here. Cassandra Watergate. The highlighted elements in the record are pieces of data that are able to be extracted. We call these elements data chunks. Hovering over data chunks will reveal their relevance to the case and any connections or information that may influence. Drag and drop all data chunks from the police database into a profile to upload them to our servers. Okay. Cassandra Watergate. We've got her picture. Very good. Pictures and names are crucial information for Orwell to identify a person. Information in documents can only become a data chunk when it can clearly be assigned to a target person. Add the reason for Miss Watergate's prior arrest that has just been unlocked. We will need this info to progress. See, really though, in the future, an algorithm will just do all of this for you. So, this is just, like, some busy work. Good. With the data you extracted from the police record, a new document can now be accessed. Now let me ask you a question. Do you believe in coincidence? I do not. Find data revealing where she attacked the police officer and you will see what I mean. Okay. Previously arrested for assault on a police officer. Okay. Arresting officer, Lloyd Duncan, Boynton Central. Suspect was arrested on site after Officer Franklin had been struck by an unknown object and became unresponsive. The protesters at the origin of the assault were forcibly moved, where the suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the ground. When asked to lay on the ground with her hands behind her back, the suspect cooperated immediately. Huh. Okay. Woman allegedly injured a police officer 2 weeks ago remains in custody. Trial scheduled for August. So this is last year. Accused of having hit the victim's head with a large brick. The incident occurred during a rampage at the Freedom Plaza as part of a demonstration. The exact same location as the assault. Then she turns up there right before the explosion. Surely not a coincidence. As you know, Miss Watergate is still running around freely. We should find out why. We should also gather more background information on her. I want to know who we're really dealing with. Okay. She's an artist by profession. Okay, good. Oh, yes. One who does street art by blowing memorials to pieces by any chance. Great, you've found another document. Before we go on, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine, shall we? You've extracted all the info I already knew about Miss Watergate. Starting now, I'm going into this case blind. The Orwell Ethical Codex dictates that investigators, like yourself, are the only ones allowed to access the documents of target persons. Advisors like me only get to see the data provided by the investigators. We will then draw conclusions and request action. Your primary job is to provide information you deem important. Never give away incorrect or misleading data. You may hit disable on a data chunk you do not want to pass on to Orwell. However, some data chunks might be necessary to progress on the case. Alright, so here's her Tumblr. Harboring outstanding art. Okay. Oh, can we use a different... Nice, there we go. Makes her look like a happy terrorist. See, you're painting a narrative. A colorful inhabitant of Wonderland right behind the rainbow. I don't think that's relevant. Glad you found me. Finally found the courage to quit my dull day job, focus on my art career. Okay, we'll say that's... We should find out what that job was. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Of course you do, because it's freaking awesome, isn't it? Leave a message on my UTEL account, TheCassie92. That's important. Good, you found a chat handle. This will allow us to overhear any conversation on that account. Holy shit! Big brother! The listener has now been unlocked. New conversations will appear whenever they are started. Cool. Okay, she's got a cat named Kikiko. The businessman's forgotten daughter. Daughter of entrepreneurs. Now she's fighting the establishment. Christmas present for my darling. She's in a relationship. We're gonna have to murder this man. Okay, that's good to know. I really don't think... I don't think it's relevant. I just don't. Okay, let me go back in here. See, I feel like this is notable. The German folk song, but it's not a data chunk. We got the listener. Here we go. We're reading our chats. Jossie. We got a Jossie. I'm in the middle of buying all of Bonds in with that platinum card I lifted from your desk. Stole a credit card. Oh my god. Well, luckily for you, I don't mind you going on a splurge as long as you pick up some wine for dinner. What does Joseph Langley, my fearless attorney and all-around badass, have in mind this time? Yes, always use people's full names after you commit a crime. Take that. You now have a profile for a related person. It can be accessed via the profiler. Data chunks will only appear for targeted persons and can only be extracted into their relevant profiles. Okay. Oh, daughter of pharmaceutical oh boy. Watergate. Farmer entrepreneurs, that does ring a bell. Okay. Speaking of your parents, when are you going to tell them about us? Okay. So, she's in a relationship with her attorney. She stole the credit card of her lawyer? Really? Oh, we should be able to track the credit card of this Langley down and lock it for him. Done. No need to thank me, Mr. Langley. Now, see, I don't know if that was a good thing to do. Because clearly it seemed fairly consensual. He was not angry and even assumed that she took it because they're in a relationship. So I think I screwed up. Okay. Procedure closing raises manipulation suspicions. Investigation into the malicious injury of a police officer has been dropped due to lack of evidence. Speculated that the accused parents manipulated the trial. Orwell informs me you just encountered conflicted data chunks. Whenever the content of two data chunks are at odds with one another, those will be shown as conflicted. When you extract one of the data chunks containing a conflict, the others will become invalid immediately. I'd highly recommend that you clarify the context of the conflict before you proceed, though this is your decision. Once the information has been parsed, there is no way to reverse your choice. Okay. So the conflicting data chunk here is that with the case being closed due to lack of evidence. And it says there's a conflict with one unknown data chunk. So okay. So the conflicting data, they're both here. Because one says closed due to lack of evidence. The other says the wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in or her favor. It's not a massive conflict. Because this sort of leads into this. So I feel like putting this is really more of a partial data chunk. Although this is really more of like an opinion or a thought rather than a fact. Whereas this is factual. See what I mean? So, if this were a fact, then of course we would just throw this into the profile. The thing is, though, if we look at... See, I don't even know if we have... Yeah, we don't have that data chunk where it said that she was like the forgotten daughter or something like that. Which leads me to believe she's not very close to her family and they wouldn't care if she went to prison. So I'm actually pretty hesitant to put this data chunk in. Here is her family's company, Watergate Pharmaceuticals. Here's some mood-elevating medication. Cough drops, migraines, cerebral performance, arthritic joint pain, painkiller. Speaking of joint pain and like carpal tunnel, I spend a lot of time on a computer. I don't think I have carpal tunnel, but like a couple weeks ago, my pinky started to kind of hurt. And I looked it up and there was something called like, I can't even remember. It's like cubital or something like that. It's like cubital tunnel or it's something similar. And that kind of got me worried. Anyways, maybe I just need some mood elevators. Okay, company named Watergate has been inseparable from progression and improvement of pharmaceutical research for more than 80 years. Watergate Pharmaceuticals is one of the nation's leading companies in the area of medicine, and at the same time is the largest medication exporter to all areas of the world. Been in the hands of the Watergate family, owning and managing the firm ever since its foundation in 1931. CEO is Bruno Watergate, grandson of the founder, Edgar Watergate. He's also the founder of the Central Pharmacy Congress and headed the charity foundation Children of Parges. Then there's Dr. Alice Watergate. So that's the wife of Bruno. Co-partner, head of research and development, PhD in biology and chemistry. Hello. Cassandra is a junior chief operations officer or whatever. I think that's what it is. Appointed to be CEO of a pharmaceutical company, probably by one of her parents. Being an artist and a junior COO seems quite odd. She also mentioned she had quit a dull job, didn't she? Alice and Bruno's daughter, Cassandra, will soon be joining the executive ranks. Her business acumen and unique flair will write the next chapter of our 85-year-strong legacy. Okay. Now I see, keeping it a family affair. Yes, so we've got Alice and Bruno. Documents that you have already reviewed may be updated from time to time as events unfold. The reader will notify you when that happens. The National Beholder just published a new article. You may want to take a look, see if there's any new information available. We are urgently looking for a chief operating officer to replace the retired, formerly appointed predecessor. Or maybe I was wrong and nothing stays in the family. Ouch. This is probably what she meant about quitting her job. Good. Now, I feel like... Well, maybe not. Maybe for like a junior COO, there wouldn't really be any news articles or anything about it. Even for a huge company like this, but... Okay. Crime rate continues to drop. Ministry of Security has presented latest numbers on crime statistics in the country. Never before have there been so few violent crimes. Ministry of Security. Number of recorded criminal offenses decreased by 4.8% in comparison to last year. Crime rates have been continuously declining over the past several years as a direct result of the implementation of the safety bill. Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix appeared very pleased by these numbers. Okay, safety bill. The party. Okay, so party was elected into government 8 years ago. Safety bill passed 2 years later. Crime just dropping rock bottom. Safety-centered laws and statutes. Okay, so basically they sped up how quickly they prosecute criminals. Cut through all the red tape. As well as the provision of an increased budget for safety-related expenses. AKA, we have basically a police state now. Stricter regulations concerning immigration, of course, and general travel into or transiting through the nation. So they built a big wall. They built a huge wall. It's crazy. It also became mandatory to inform employers whenever an applicant or employee is an ex-convict or otherwise regarded potentially dangerous. Isn't that how it already is? Although potentially dangerous, that could be all sorts of things. Okay. There's another region, Parges. I think that was referenced already somewhere else. Premature retreat of troops. So, yeah. This might have an analog in our reality, perhaps. To fix our predecessors' mistakes, the party, when elected in 2009, immediately made preparations to send our highly reliable soldiers back to safeguard the region for the good of the inhabitants of both countries alike. Distribution of aid packages. Well, that's great. Rebuilding of infrastructure. Nice. Upholding the law and public order alongside the removal of war relics such as anti-personnel mines or unexploded bombshells. And training local police and military forces. Keeping in mind that this is literally the party's website, so it's hard to really be too sure of what's going on. Sort of. Robert Blaine. There he is. He looks like a man. Arthur Scott Gallagher, Secretary of Economy and Trade. Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security. Peter Faulkner, Secretary of Defense. Yes. Projects, participate. Donate, of course. Join the army of the nation. Okay. Right. Now, Right, I never decided on this. Okay, we're gonna be... Well, now... Yeah. She was still the CEO, or the junior CEO, I think, when this happened. When she was involved with this. So I would probably say that her family was involved. Because this page was put up after she quit her job. We don't know when this was painted, and she debated about the businessman's forgotten daughter title. But I'm gonna go with... she was assisted. Now, this is a severe accusation. Since we already know who her parents are, we will immediately begin investigating these allegations. Good. Currently, I'm thinking that our Miss Watergate underwent quite a radical change. Don't you agree? Let's find out what happened in between these two lives of hers. What may have caused this radical shift? Cassandra's timeline. Okay, we've got a birthday. Which puts her at 25, 24. We can put in a new picture. That's going in your permanent record. Interest, art, music, activism. Okay, so she's interested in activism, of course. Cassandra likes the targets. Painting. Alice in Wonderland. My cat, Kikiko. I mean, who likes Alice in Wonderland that much? That of, like, the 4 central things of your life, that would be one of them. I mean, that's sort of weird. Okay, March 1st, 2017 is when she apparently quit. First day in freedom, far away from the shackles of Watergate Pharma. Maybe not the day she quit, but right around then. Who's going to pay for your stuff now? Mommy and Daddy won't like this. Mommy and Daddy won't like this. Listen, Jake, I'm not Daddy's little girl anymore. My art already got me a lot of money. More than enough to pay all my bills. Don't you worry about me. Bullshit. No way. Uh-oh. Despised puppets of the state. You finally managed to destroy us entirely. There's nothing left to do but to congratulate you. These are my personal wishes to you from the deepest abyss of my heart. Fuck all of you government lackeys. Most painfully, Cassandra. That's going in your permanent file. Well, Miss Watergate, we aren't too fond of you either. What is the matter? That totally doesn't sound like you. We haven't hung out for ages. You gotta get out from time to time. You feel much better. Mary, just shut your freaking mouth! Oh my God. I'm not in the mood for your stupid act. Oh my God. I mean, this was, yeah, okay. I mean, it sounds a little phony. Perhaps. Maybe it's a little mud. I don't know. I'm not a girl. I have no idea. This, though, this is just... I mean, this would be on, like, Reddit. Or it would be on some part of Reddit where just... This girl just explodes at this other girl on Facebook. Shut your freaking mouth! Oh, my God. I mean, what does this conflict with? It's an unknown data chunk, so we'll see. Okay. On August 22nd, she entered into a relationship with Yosef, her lawyer. Yeah, we already knew that. The beholder actually wrote about me being freaking redeemed of this shit. But surprise, surprise, they had to mention the speculations over my parents buying me out. Makes the click counts go boom, doesn't it? Implying perhaps that her parents were not involved. Meaning there was, I mean, you can't go around posting stuff like, fuck all you government lackeys, and then, you know, you get arrested by, and accused of throwing a brick at a cop, and it's just, okay. August 10th, 2016, she had a date, presumably with Yosef. Likely, Yosef was her lawyer for this case, which is interesting. August 9th, the case was closed. 1,000 cams on the plaza, but no proof. I'm sure you heard the load fall off my mind. 1,000 cams on the plaza, and not one of them found who actually threw the brick at a cop? I mean, she did it, of course. Did mommy and daddy agree with that? And what is with this guy? Why are you friends on Facebook with this guy? Oh my god. Cassandra shall be known to the world as Casarthus. Well, she did like it. Let's throw it in. Alias name. You know people on the web. So many names, so many identities. It's always good to record every alias. Then we can match data chunks to target persons whenever they are using them. Okay. Harrison O'Donnell. That's a spirit. Now I'd like you to invite you to our little activist group. Ooh. Activist group. Is there anything more specific? Nice to have you with us for the protest on the Freedom Plaza on Friday. This was in July. So, presumably, that was the one where the brick was thrown. Ooh la la, oui, non. Having an amazing shopping tour with my Mary, the best friend of all times. Okay, so the conflict is that it's a debate whether she's still best friends with Mary or they have a broken friendship now. I mean, obviously, I'm leaning towards broken friendship. They haven't hung out for ages, and as soon as she comments, she gets, Mary, just shut your freaking mouth, okay? Like, that's not best friends. It's just, I don't think so. So I'm gonna go with broken friendship here. How sad. Yeah. Okay, let's listen in another chat session. Yosef. Here we go. Yeah, I did it. Confess. Confess to your lawyer. Over chat. Do it. Enough that I have to catch a bus from there every day. I was there just moments before this happened. Never should have gone to that damn protest. You don't need to justify yourself to anybody, especially not to me. I was so happy when Goldfells accepted me into thought. Okay. If you would have not gone to the protest, you never would have been wrongfully indicted, and then we would have never met. Yeah, like I said. I would not have been called a terrorist in all the papers. You are not a terrorist, okay? As far as the court of law is concerned, you are not a terrorist. Uh-oh, here we go. See, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it, because now he's going to clam up. He's going to be like, oh, shit, they're watching us. Big brother, we got to be quiet. I played my hand. God damn it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, taking your Metherin. You on meth, Cassandra? Oh my god, they're just imploding. Oh my god. So I keep my mouth shut whenever you leave me hanging. Oh my god. Holy. Just take your meth. Wow. I mean, I don't know how many chats have, like, sessions like this, but okay. Alright, so she's on some happy drugs. What's this Metherin? Can you look that up for me, please? I'll get on that. Goldfells accepted her into thought. An activist group called Thought. Interesting. Maybe this is what influenced her. And who's Goldfells? We should find something that shows her current attitude and see if we're following the right person. She has to catch a bus every day. Meaning her presence there before the bombing could be coincidence after all. I'll reserve my thoughts until you find more evidence. Okay, the thought. The thoughts are free. If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. Welcome to the Thought blog. Freedom is Unfree, published by Catharsis. How do I... Okay. So she published this in September 2016, which is a month after she... Well, it was like a couple months after she went to the protest and joined the group. You probably all know me as either that blue-haired punk bitch. I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna read it. You can't get me to say it out loud. I don't like it. These are only some of the names I've been called during the criminal investigation against me. That was just because in the middle of the chaos, someone believed to have seen me hurt a police officer. It never even occurred to anybody that it wasn't me. We were there because we wanted a peaceful protest. We have always been against violence. Interesting. So now... Ooh, privacy settings. So all this has been marked private. But we got this one, published by Goldfells, who's the administrator of the Thought. He's got a picture here. He looks like the Secretary of Defense. Ba-ba-bum. That would be quite the twist. Ah! There's a German folk song called The Thoughts Are Free. Very interesting. Okay. So, that's not a coincidence. He's an immigrant. He immigrated to the nation in 1993. When I think of the increasingly aggressive operations of the surveillance machinery in the nation, I truly fear the answer to this question. That is why I created this blog. I want to encourage alternatives to the total control and safety bigotry of this digital world. Yours sincerely, A. Goldfells. Interesting. Okay. Ha! Finally someone who had the grit and explosives to show how futile surveillance is. There are thousands of cameras pointing to a target and the Big Bang still happens. I haven't laughed like this for ages. What now, Mrs. Delacroix? What now? Really, Cassie, you laugh at people being killed? Are you out of your mind? Stupid bitch. Alright, so the conflict here is between whether they've always been against violence, whereas now she is laughing about how someone blew up a monument and people were killed. Since this was just posted like a minute ago, I'm going to go with this being relevant. I suspect as much. Seems we're looking at the right person. Looking at what you have extracted so far, we're dealing with a potentially dangerous personality. I will indicate that to law enforcement. Alright, what we found so far is all good and interesting, but I think we should be searching for something a little more concrete. We have to dig deeper. Alright, we've got another session here with Juliet Carrington. Uh-oh. Asking about the post. Confess! 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 Just had to let off steam by laughing about dead people. Like all of us do. Wait, what? What I did? Oh, confession! Ho, 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 big brother watching. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Cassie, you hurt that officer to save me. And you succeeded. You mustn't forget about that. That was so brave. How can it not have been my fault, Juliet? I smashed the freaking skull of a father of 2 children because I lost it. Oh my god. Who knows what would have happened if you hadn't stopped him? And this is why you really should remove this post. I might be free, but I'm not innocent. Nobody is innocent. Well, not everyone has smashed the skull of a cop in, so... Now... How is that a conflict? Oh, so the conflict is whether she... It's not whether or not she did it. That's very clear. It's the reason that she did it. Whether it was to protect Juliet, or because she went into a rage. Now, since she herself is admitting that she went into a rage, I'm going to go with that as the winner of the conflict. She openly admitted to such a violent act. This is perfect. We can arrest her and open the investigation again. Very good work. The intervention team is already on its way. We'll need to wait for confirmation. In Miss Watergate's case, it was not a problem to get her address with the help of local police due to her former record. Nice. I hope you make a post about getting arrested. Oh, I have to go to her, well, do you... Oh, here we go. I needed to look at the, yeah, here. She's on antidepressants. I wonder if her attitude towards the assault is actually worth anything then. She might be emotionally unstable if she's relying on this medication. I don't care. I mean, we're arresting her, so... Well, I think we actually want to pin the bombing on her as well. And, what are they... Okay. Is that actually the same person? Yeah, it is. It kind of looks like, oh, what is her name? No, I can't remember because of my brain. Isla Fisher, I think, is the name I was trying to think of. Okay. I must be... Oh, we have a new session. Now she's debating taking the post down. Uh-oh, somebody's at the door. Knock, knock. Getting swatted. Oh, you'll be waiting a long time. Oh, boy. She's never gonna respond. Who says hello after 1 minute when they say beer? Oh, my God. Maybe like 5, I guess. For the sake of the game, they're speeding it up. I'll inquire if all went well with arresting Miss Watergate. You did a good job in any case. Although we have no proof she's involved in the bombing, we might be able to question her. And with that admission of guilt, she will probably serve some time. Okay, I just received confirmation that she is now in custody. Very good work indeed. I'm curious about this thought group, though. Whether they... Oh, God! No, no, no. Take a look at the news. Oh, my God. Breaking news. 2 dead after second explosion. That is horrible. 2 dead, similar approach, same letter found. So these assaults are connected. And as if that wasn't enough already, Miss Watergate was in custody at the time, so that's her out of the picture. At least for this attack. This complicates matters massively. So much for our simple test case. I need to speak to my superiors, see how we are to proceed given these extenuating circumstances. You did good today. You can log off and get some rest by clicking the button on the top right of the desktop. Try and get some sleep. I have a feeling the next few days are going to be trying at best. Okay. Cassandra Watergate was present there prior to the assault. She's thus being investigated. Yep, thought is possibly involved. And a second assault at Stelligan University occurred, seemingly connected to the first. This suggests Cassandra is either not the only perpetrator or not involved at all. But, you know, she reopened her own case by admitting to bashing in the cop's skull, so either way, you know, I'm helping putting a criminal away. It's all good. You know, I didn't do anything wrong. It's not like she's innocent. Episode 2, a place where there is no darkness. Welcome back. I hope you don't mind if we get started right away. We have tons of work ahead of us. I met with my superiors and they wish to continue with the test case. They believe in the capability of Orwell to handle this. Oh, and you, of course. My superiors agree with me. Based on the information you've already extracted, the activist group known as Thought is worth investigating. It seems that this Goldfels is an important member of Thought, so we now have clearance to consider them as a target person. Now that Goldfels is a target person, there may be new data chunks available in documents you have already accessed. Don't forget to go back and recheck your sources. Okay, cool. We'll leave that off here. It's pretty fun being Big Brother. You get to be everybody's Big Brother. That's nice. We put one criminal away already, and I'm sure there's plenty more out there. My name is Mangg. Game watching has been Orwell. I'll see you fine folks in the next part.